Well, I don't know. It seems to be holding now, my internet connection, but I don't know if it will last in the long run. We'll see. Because there's a thunderstorm here outside right now, so this could affect my internet connection, and the power might go out altogether. So, and if that happens, then I can't stream, obviously, because no console, no laptop, no internet, no nothing. So that would be the worst case scenario, but. Even if it was just the internet, I could not stream regardless. So, hi RNG. Yeah. So I was not quite ready because I was busy all day and I didn't get to prepare anything in advance. So I just had dinner and just hurried to my laptop so I could start streaming tonight. Well, pray for the thunderstorm to not cause any damage to the area. More like there's a thunderstorm outside right now. Let's see. I wanted to have a look at the heart pieces that I can collect at this point in the game. Heart pieces. Skyward sword. There we go. Well, internet seems to be doing fine for now. I just changed to a different Twitch server because it was dropping so many frames, but it didn't seem to be my internet connection for once. Hi, Monica. How's it going today? How have you been? Bit tired, bit hot, but otherwise doing fine. I had a busy day. So this is why I'm a bit late today. Okay, right. So, go back to the sky. Been a bit busy too, but otherwise good. Well, as long as you're feeling good, and that's nice. Maybe a look at the map. Yeah, there's quite a few treasure chests I should be able to open now. We're having a thunderstorm here right now, so I'm hoping that my internet connection or even the power altogether is not gonna be going through some issues. They're usually slow to give us back electricity when it goes out, so it's here, isn't it? Yeah. There it is. A gold rupee! It's this one. I don't mind them, especially at night. Usually, I don't know, but it helps me sleep well. It like It's like a lullaby to me, I guess. The sound of the rain, because my room is right under the roof of the house, so when it rains hard during a thunderstorm, usually I can hear it very much, but it helps me sleep better, so when it messes with the internet, it's the worst. Yeah, especially if you're very dependent on having an internet connection for entertainment. ASMR thunderstorm, it's kind of the effect that it has on me anyway. Or just hard rain on the roof of the house. And if it's been hot, I can just leave my window open so I can hear it pretty loud. And it just puts me to sleep. It doesn't prevent me from sleeping. I like to get a cup of tea and a blanket when it rains or there's a thunderstorm. Oh, I'm gonna run out of these things. That's not the one. I do find it calming, yeah, but your description of it being like kind of like ASMR stuff, it's kind of accurate, at least for me it is, as far as I'm concerned. How are you? Oh, okay, I think I've got it. Yeah, it's from here, more like. This music too is very calming. Speaking of which, there we go. Okay, found it. You got the treasure medal. If you carry this with you, treasure will appear more often. It's the perfect thing to take along on a treasure hunt. Okay. Your pouch is full, so the item was sent to the item check. Ah, it has to go in one of the pouches. Oh, the extra seed satchel takes a slot in there too? Yeah. Okay. Where to now? You have a playlist of calming sounds that I listen to when I can't sleep. Some of it is like calming car ride or train ride, but most of it is all the rain and thunderstorms I could find that sounded natural. It's not a bad idea. For me, that would be maybe like nighttime Animal Crossing music or something like that. That I do find pretty relaxing and charming. Especially from the original Animal Crossing. Because I guess I feel a bit more nostalgic about this kind of music, I guess. About the from the very first one. Or when I was playing Minecraft, usually that's what I would listen to instead of the Minecraft music. Because strangely, these two go well together. Yeah, it's kind of far away, but you like Animal Crossing music too? New Leaf's night music? Well, New Leaf at least I've played. I haven't played the last one yet. But New Leaf, I spent a lot of time on it. I think I got it for free from a My Nintendo promotion or something at one point. I can't quite recall, but... Actually, there was a girl sitting next to me on the train the other day who was playing Animal Crossing. The one on the Nintendo Switch. I didn't really... how should I say? I didn't pry, I didn't spy on her gameplay or anything like that, but I couldn't help but notice what she was playing, though. Take a glance and see, oh, okay, so that's what she's playing on her Switch. You want it, but you don't want to... Yeah, it makes sense. That would be a pretty expensive proposition otherwise. A small seed satchel, keep it with you when you use your slingshot, but your pouch is full, so the item was sent to the item check. Yeah. Right. I guess... Oh yeah, I guess you could use your grappling hook on these leaves there on the ceiling and then lower yourself inside the cage. Yeah, this is probably how you're supposed to do it. Never mind. I have to go back to Elden Forest now. Come to think of it, by the way, I'm gonna remove this thing. Alright. It's missing the old Zelda sounds. It depends on what you find. Some of the treasures have that sound that you're referring to, and others have a different sound. Pray for good internet. Pray for a thunderstorm to... Actually, is it still raining? Can't quite see. Yeah, hi Quillix, how's it going? This game will define all the classic Zelda jingles, melodies. Information, people! Going back down in the forest. It is... well, where the big tree is. Yeah, let's go here, I guess, and I'll navigate from there. Okay, let me have a look at the map. It is supposed to be... right around here. Ah, but maybe I don't have bombs anymore. You almost forgot you have ice cream. How could you forget it? I am very disappointed in you. Nah, just kidding. Yeah, I'm not gonna find... Yeah, it's right here, but I'm not gonna find any bombs in this place, though. I'm out of bombs, damn it. Yeah, I got no choice, I have to go back, damn it. So where's that statue? Ah, over there, okay. You're eating peaches? I like them so long as they're not too juicy. I like them still a bit firm. Like all my fruits, really. Generally, I'm not a fruit person when they're a bit too mushy. That's why you buy the flat ones. Flat? What do you mean, flat? I do remember there's type of peaches that's more flat and less juicy. Ah, okay. I do remember in Switzerland that we were stopping by... There were people selling apricots by the side of the road in the mountains. I guess they were mountain apricots, maybe grown locally. And it's just right about this time of the year too, I think, that they pick them on the tree, so... Those are pretty tasty too. Temple entrance, well, it doesn't matter where really. Just looking for bombs. I think I know what you're talking about, Quillix, but aren't they called something else? I don't know. Apparently not. Do now, Peach. I don't even think I'm familiar with this. I don't think I've heard that before. Well, to the sky then. I got what I came for. Who's calling me again? Ah, he knows I'm streaming. I don't think I've seen a flat peach before myself. Ah, thanks, thanks, Quillix. Or maybe it's something I've already seen, maybe just called something different over here. It's just I can't picture myself a peach that's like flatter than otherwise or something. Are we gonna enter the desert tonight? The desert! Not dessert. Probably, yeah. I don't know if I'll have enough time to get to the next dungeon, but the desert, yeah. Yeah, we should get there, I think. It's all this talk about fruits that got you confused, I guess. It's a very cute mistake, yeah. This way, maybe? Ah, yes. There it is. You got a piece of heart. Collect 4 to increase your heart capacity by 1. Just one more. Okay, let's get back to the sky. I've got more things to do above the clouds. You've already entered the desert, yeah. You're already there yourself. I didn't have time for dessert myself after having supper or dinner, if you like. I'm still not done eating my watermelon, so I'll still have some more later myself. But I like it late at night, so it's gonna be perfect. You're immersed with your peaches, yeah. I think I'm going the right way, yeah. Alright. You are in your dessert. Oh, okay, I was wondering what would happen if I touched this, but I like yours more. Really will be the only one in the desert. Yeah. I'm a deserter. Such a bad dad joke. How's your ice cream, Monica? Let's change the subject. Deflecting. Or you're here just in time for another job, that is. Your next job is to help pick the pumpkins, and I don't want to hear any moaning or complaining. It's good? This should be an easy one for you. Kina spends her afternoons picking pumpkins in the patch out back. Carry those to the storage shed. Kina can give you the details. Already working on his stat skills? And why not, huh? There's no telling what will happen under the night sky. It's just Oreo ice cream, but it's very tasty. I've already had Oreo ice cream. It's not bad. Especially if the little bits of Oreo are still kind of crunchy. Kind of like it that way. Oh, and your next job has been decided. Looks like you'll be helping with the pumpkin harvest. What a relief. Do you have any idea how heavy those pumpkins are? Oh yeah, you think this is going to be a piece of pumpkin cake, do you? Hey, let's make this interesting. How about you carry 5 pumpkins at once? It's sadly soft? Ah, yeah, that's kind of disappointing then, yeah. To my taste, anyway. Then other people might have different tastes, so you better take it slow or you'll risk dropping them. Just get out there and haul those pumpkins. Let's do it. Okay, then I'll show you where you need to carry the pumpkins. Yeah, and you must not drop them. See that storage shed up ahead? Carry the pumpkins there. The trick to carrying several pumpkins at once is to walk slowly. You'd like it crunchy too? If they start to lean right, move right. If they start to lean left, move left. Take your time and keep your balance. But if you panic and start to rush, well, you're going to drop them, so good luck. Oh, I'm scared. I hate this. I hate this already. I can't rotate the camera either to be able to walk where I want to go, so... Like, I'm supposed to go left, but if they lean right, I have to move right too. Well, hey, Panda. God damn it. Okay, it's perfectly balanced right there. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Damn it, even when I'm not moving, they're leaning to one side or the other. I just knew you would come through. You managed to carry them all. Well, it would have been easier and faster if I carried them one by one, but... I guess that means you're done carrying pumpkins. Thank you very much. The pumpkins are actually alive. Yeah, I think that's all I will be able to do for the time being. I think the next task is not gonna be for not until later. Impressive, you're done harvesting all those pumpkins. I didn't harvest anything, I just carried them from point A to point B. But don't celebrate yet, you've still got a ways to go before you've paid off that fancy chandelier. Give me some time to think about what I need you to work on next. Just come back and see me. Alright. Harvest. Yeah, I didn't harvest anything. Well, okay, let's go back. I've got something else in mind. What is it? Joy crystals or happiness crystals or whatever. A Skyward sword. I can't remember the name now. Gratitude crystals, yeah, that's the name I was looking for. Right. Okay, which, I think it's over there. Nope, actually it's slightly to the north of this. Oh wait, there's a chest that appeared somewhere apparently. Or is it the one inside the bazaar maybe? Ah no, not even. Not quite sure what this one is though. Oh yeah, yeah, it's here. Ah yeah, okay, fair enough. But how do you get in this place again? Well, okay, I guess it's not happening. This could be the right house. Yep, I think it is. No it isn't. Okay, back out. Back outside. No, it's inside the bazaar that I have to find this lady I'm looking for. Okay, she is here. Okay. So what do you have to do then? Hey, welcome to the item check. Oh, it's you again. You've been coming by a lot recently. You're pretty much the only one who comes by regularly, actually. Hey, wait a second. I don't suppose you don't come by here just to see me, do you? What do I have to answer? So what, I have to say yes? Okay, it says here... Oh yeah, okay, teasing the board item check teller. Okay, well, it's to tease her, apparently. Okay, yes, it's true. What, really? Yeah, right, you think I'm going to fall for that old line? But if it were true, that might be kind of nice. Oh, I almost forgot, I still have a job to do. Do you have something for me to hold on to? No thanks, not for now. What's with you? Leave me alone if you don't want anything. Sheesh, I'm busy staring at a wall. Okay, well, I guess I did. My friend Rudy C3, how's it going, bud? Hi, Blue. A bit tired, and I'm still feeling a bit hot, but otherwise good. Just had a busy day so far. Or wait, or do you have to sleep in between each time you talk with her to progress the dialogue? I think you might have to. Okay, yeah, I should probably have progressed this quest over the course of time instead of having to do it all in one go here. Oh well. Especially in COVID times, currently awaiting your Super Nintendo stimulus package. Let's see. Yeah, and especially right now with this COVID business, we're practically back to the same situation we were during lockdown like a few months ago. So things are not going very well here at the moment. I barely go out, so I'm not really affected, but it was going better for a while, and now it's getting worse again. Until morning, I guess. At least the planet is becoming somewhat healthier. Well, until people find other ways to fuck it up. Such as, for example, because people are forced to stay at home, consuming more electricity, consuming more of a lot of things. I mean, sure, it's probably best if fewer people use their car and stuff, but there are other ways to fuck up the planet. Just to check me out, don't make a habit of it. Yes, please. It got better, but then they opened up, and there will always be those people that never listen and just forget that there is a giant pandemic at hand. Well, the number of new infections is, at least in Belgium anyway, it's mostly in people in the age bracket, like from 16 to 24 apparently. People that like to go out a lot, especially because it's summer. It's the summer vacations here, the summer holidays. I mean, from school. So at least here, anyway. I don't know if it's the same everywhere. It's mostly young people that just don't pay attention and just stop caring for the fact that there is a big pandemic going on right now, I guess. Not saying that everyone is the same, but that's what the numbers seem to indicate anyway. I mean, I'm not that much older than that, so I could include myself in that age bracket pretty much, but and even though I say that, I do know young people who are extremely careful with all this, so it's just some bad apples, like, as you would say, I guess.
Hi.
What, should I go back and sleep again, maybe? Apparently she has to call you her darling. At the same time, it's parenting as well. Some parents just suck at raising their kids. Yeah. There is a bit of that. Jeez, I always keep going back inside the bazaar instead of finding a bed to sleep. Here they said last Friday that from Monday they strongly recommended to wear a face mask when you take public transport, and today they said that there were too many people who just didn't wear a face mask while in public transport. They've been compulsory here in Belgium in public transport since May, I think. And at no point did they say, okay, now you don't have to wear one anymore. So yeah, like the other day, I was in the train most of the day, and I had to wear the face mask the whole time. And then going out in the street in Brussels, well, it's an area where you're forced to wear one too, so I had to keep it on. And the buildings I went on to take my exams the other day, well, I had to keep it on too, so I had my mask on my face like pretty much the whole day. I had to, so that I had to change midway through so as to not keep the same mask all day, but they asked some people and they just said it's a hassle or it's only recommended, not mandatory. Well, here it is mandatory here, like by law and stuff. No matter how much you may miss me, I don't make it a habit of having customers come around my house when I'm off the clock, you know? Or am I being too self-conscious? Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to the home of Skyloft's most popular father and daughter dream team. What, you telling me you don't know who I am? Believe it or not, I used to be the most popular guy in the sky, Mr. Skyloft, that was me. But you might relate better if I told you I was the proud father of Skyloft's most popular girl, Beatrice, Princess of the Item Check. How's that? Does that clear anything up for you, young fella? They even asked a man with a child in his arms, and he was just like, I don't want to wear it. I was about to throw the remote at the TV. Yeah, like, won't you do it at least for a child? I can totally understand where you're coming from, yeah. I do admit it is stressful at times to wear a mask, but I'd rather be hot and sweaty than be sick and in the hospital. Well, yeah. Well, more than that, I mean, you could have COVID and not have any symptoms, and you might be infecting people around you. So it's not just to protect yourself, it's to protect the people around you as well. It slows down the spread of the virus, so it helps overall. Yeah. Ah, she's reacting, I guess. You seem different. What's wrong? You seem different. I do? I don't think I do. Maybe you're mistaken. It's not like, oh, hey, that guy's back, I'm so happy, or anything like that. Tsundere. But if you think about how often we meet, you have to admit that our relationship has gone beyond employee and customer, you know? Oh no, I didn't mean to. What am I saying? Please forget everything I just said, okay? Okay, get it together. Be professional. Do you have anything you want me to hold on to? Yes, please. Wonderful. So, what do you have? Thank you. Bye. One scientist in Israel said the way people today are handling the pandemic, we might not make it to the next 20 years. Well, those that take it seriously might. That might weed out the stupid people. It's not like I like that you come here every day or anything, but baka. Ah, geez, I'm going back inside the bazaar. I'm trying to go back inside her house so I can sleep there and then talk to her in the evening to see if that changes her dialogue there too. The only ones that will survive are the careful ones. That will weed out all the stupid people, and only the intelligent people will remain. That might be for the best. It's natural selection. The world is getting rid of all the stupid people. yeah, Monica, natural selection. Exactly, yeah. Sadly, the stupid ones end up spreading it to innocent ones at times. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Until night. Well, I joke a bit about it, but it's not funny, obviously, I know. I don't want to seem like I don't take this thing seriously, obviously, and I don't want anyone to die, but... it's not my fault if they do, either, so, they only have themselves to blame, I guess. Well, maybe not everyone. There are some innocent victims in there, too. But... well, okay. Well, I probably shouldn't joke about that anyway in the first place. Oh, hello, you decided to come see me at home? You're not trying to tell me I'm your special someone, are you? Listen up, pal, I don't want you getting too familiar with my little rainbow, and you'd better keep your eyes to yourself too, if you know what I mean. Until morning. Giant forehead! I might call myself a giant forehead too sometimes. It's fine to joke sometimes. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see this message. I'm not one to not be able to take a joke, but I know that some people really can take a joke, so I don't want to sound rude or shocking people, you know. Sometimes you just have to be mindful of what you say, because you can't say anything anymore in this world. Oh, you're black. I'll hold on to anything of yours you want me to. Something in your pouch today that you want to deposit, or something you want to pick up? I'd rather have more people live a long, healthy, wonderful life. Well, yeah. Oi! Never mind. What the was it? Well then, why'd you even come and talk to me? What the was it? I like it. What the was it? The way the world is right now, you really can't make a joke about anything. It's almost to the point where you can't breathe without people getting mad. The other day when I was in the train on the way back, there were a group of young people who, some of them weren't wearing any masks. And there was a guy who got really angry, like I won't say an old guy. In fact, he might have been kind of around the age that I am. Said he takes a train every day, and he was like yelling at them, like, "Oh, would you put your mask back on? Won't you take this seriously? You're in the public transport. You have to wear it." And then the girl was like really shocked or something, like really getting rude and talking back to the guy, like, "We're eating. We can't be wearing the mask and eat at the same time. So at least until we're done eating, then we'll put it back afterwards, so don't make a fuss about it." but I didn't want to get involved. But the rules say you're not to drink or eat in the train in the first place anyway. Those are the rules in the train when you're in public transports in Belgium. You can't drink or eat in the public transports. But I didn't want to get involved. I didn't want anyone getting mad at me, but I couldn't help to think but think that to myself regardless anyway. I understand not all are saying they don't wear masks because COVID is not real or something. Some are saying they don't wear a mask because of medical reasons or that it prevents them from working. Here's the case with that, Rudy. Don't wear a mask, that's fine, but when you are entering private property and they have rules, you must follow them. Yep. Well, yeah, it's no eating allowed on the train anyway, so, but like I said, I didn't want to say anything. Because they were quite a large group of young people all together, so don't want to get my ass kicked or something. Although they probably wouldn't have dared to do anything in the train because there were a lot of other people wearing it and taking these things seriously. So if they were trying to turn on people who were trying to tell them to wear their mask in the first place, I guess there would have been a lot of other people like getting up from their seats and then going to the rescue probably. But anyway, I don't like conflicts, what can I say? My friend and I often joke about our own problems like anxiety and such, and we were joking about it one day when a lady came up and said we shouldn't joke about that stuff because it actually affects people, and we're just like, yeah, we know we are part of it. Well, yeah, but if it's in a restaurant, then yes, sorry, but follow the rules. Actually, in a restaurant, well, because you are in a situation where, well, you can't really eat if you're wearing a mask, if you are sitting at your table, and with the social distancing from other people, because in restaurants that are open here in Belgium, they made it so that individual tables are spaced enough from one another that normally you should not have to wear a mask for security reasons. So you don't have to wear it unless if you want to get up from your seat and say go to the toilet or something, or go out to have a smoke. Then you have to put it back on as you're walking away from your seat. It's kind of silly, I guess, that if you're sitting at the table, you don't have to wear it, but if you get up from your seat to go to the toilet, you have to wear it. But anyway, those are the rules. It's a tough situation, I guess, for everyone. You came to see me, I'm so happy. That's right. You make me so happy, I think I'm going to keel over. Lately, when I think about you, my head gets all fuzzy and my heart races, I get short of breath and I feel all dizzy. There will always be people who can't follow rules, but hopefully the majority can follow them. Well, I'd say the majority, at least here, do. But it's like I said, yep, it's love. But yeah, it's bad apples exist everywhere, yeah, you know what it is. You don't need me telling you, I guess. Oh, I can't believe you just said it out loud, it's so embarrassing. Oops, kinda forgot myself there, back to work. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to ask you if you wanted me to take care of you forever. Yes, please. Really? That makes me so happy. Oh no, I am so sorry, I need to learn how to keep these delirious dreams in check. No, wait, I mean, are there some items do you want me to check, darling? Please! Yeah, that makes sense. I was just saying in America, a lot of restaurants are closed, but they are open for just pickup. Yeah, that exists here too. The ones over here that got mad were mad because they didn't wear a mask in the pickup restaurant. Yeah, okay. Yeah, some places here, well, especially places that usually have a takeaway part, but where you can sit inside normally and eat inside. The eating inside part is closed to customers, but you can still, like, stay at the door or something and order, and they will prepare your takeaway order. We have a lot of, well, I guess what you Americans call French fries, but even though they're not French at all, but as takeaway, this is a very popular thing over here, so usually these places, they only do takeaway at the moment. Well, no, not in Belgium. We don't call them chips in Belgium either. It's fries, but they're Belgian, not French, because they were never a French invention in the first place. That's why. I actually heard, just this morning, actually,
that the word in America, French fries, is actually a mistranslation or something like that, because the word French does not mean French as in the country or the origin. It's something that comes from Dutch, actually, Belgian Dutch, which is something to do with the way that they are cut or something. It's a word that comes from Dutch, which sounds like French in English, and so people call them French chips, or French fries, sorry. But it never meant French in the first place. It's just a misunderstanding to begin with. And yeah, it's in England that they call them chips. Yeah. No, it's not all over Europe. Like, I know that the Germans call them, at least in Germany, like German, not Swiss German, because this is probably yet different. They call them patat or something. I know because I was working at a takeaway place like that as a student in the past, and I had German customers asking me to have those as takeaway, but in German. I mean, I knew what they meant, but I had to know what they meant anyway. You miss Europe? See you next time. And in Dutch, it's called... How do they call them again? Well, it's frieten, I think, in Dutch, actually. I think it's frieten. In Belgium, anyway. In Belgium it is. Yeah, because the place where you buy them in Dutch is frikot. So that's it. Yeah, I got the right word there. Pommes frites. In Italy, I was at a restaurant and the lady said, "Would you like chips with your sandwich?" I said, "Sure, I'll take salt and vinegar," and she come again, lol. It's only British people who eat them like that, so very nicely said. Okay. Yeah, it's only the Brits that take vinegar and salt on their on their fries. Personally, I think it's pretty disgusting. It's like sacrilege, you know? Like, how could you? They're supposed to be crispy on the outside and really soft on the inside, at least the way that we do them here. But if you pour vinegar on them, it's just gonna make them all mushy. So what's the point of frying them if it's to eat them all mushy? Like, it defeats the purpose of frying them in the first place, in my opinion. Very heavy on the R's, but you said it perfectly. Okay. I don't know, I hate vinegar in the first place, but then again, I wouldn't put any liquid on my fries to begin with, because it makes them all mushy. Like this Dutch guy I met in Italy who was there for travel soccer said he hates England. I don't hate England. I mean, never. I would never say such a thing. Hello, darling. Welcome. You've come to see me at home. I'm so happy. And then you talk to her dad, I think, and that initiates the side quest. Howdy, Link. You picked a good time to visit. Daughter? No, you say, why? Pretend you don't say what it means. Is that up to the individual? What's that? What, the way they like to eat them? Yeah, more power to them if they like it that way, but I mean, as a local specialty, when they do it different and they do it like that, well, I mean, well, I guess, yeah, they adapted the recipe to their own tastes, I guess. I still don't like it, though. Well, I don't like anything with vinegar on it, so that solves a problem. Whether it be fries or anything else, I don't like it. If they had Brits or not, but yeah, also what you said, okay. It was like, why, mate? And he said, because they suck at everything. What, you don't like it either? Well, I'm glad we have that in common then. I can't. A lot of people like it, and I don't know why. I mean, no thanks. Anything with vinegar on it, or even that smells or tastes like vinegar, I can't eat it. He was saying Dutch and Germans don't get along with Brits at all. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. I mean, it's as a general rule, I don't think that's true. Not at all. I mean, it was probably just him, like, thinking that his particular case was like a general rule, but nah, I don't think so. Now, I was gonna say, my nephew loves vinegar chips, and my sister and I just wondered where she went wrong. I was gonna say, especially actually in the Netherlands, so maybe it's something you guys have in Denmark too, I don't know. Do you guys have boneless fish in Denmark? You know the fish like herring that is marinated in vinegar, so that the bones are basically melted in the vinegar, so it doesn't even have bones anymore. But it stays like forever in the vinegar, and then the fish just tastes only like vinegar. I hate that. My family loves them, and I'm the only one who hates them. Whenever they want to eat that, I'm like, ew. I don't know. Maybe this is the Danish name for this. I mean, in Belgium, in Dutch, we call them rolmops, but I don't know how you guys would call it in Danish. Maybe it is that, yeah, because it is sur, or I mean sour. It's Swedish. Oh, well, maybe it's the same thing then. It's herring marinated in vinegar. What do you mean why? This is important. My little girl's in trouble. Yep, the shining star of the item check is the source of my problem. That's my darling daughter, in case you forgot. It's Swedish, but it's gag-worthy. She's been out of sorts lately. She'll be sitting and staring off into yonder, and then she'll get redder than a tomato on the vine. Wait, just a gosh darn minute. I know what's going on. My sunshine's got herself an unwanted admirer. I didn't know you had Flemish skills. But we call it like that in French-speaking Belgium, so as well. We call it like that too, so we do use Dutch words for some of the things that are originated from the north parts of the country. We don't translate it, we just say it in their language, because it's just easier that way. German chocolates are the best, and Swiss, he won't even acknowledge Belgian chocolate. What is a guy to do? Like, fries, beer, and chocolate are probably the only three things that we have. So please, don't take that from us, please. German chocolate is too fatty. I prefer Amsterdam. Not that I can blame the fella. She's as sweet as honey and twice as pretty as spring flower. Nope, 3 times as pretty. Belgium and Swiss are the only top quality chocolate. Well, thanks, Quillix. Oh, actually, the day before yesterday, I have somewhere in the house. I don't know where it is, but I should have been wearing my hat with my bob hat with a red with the Swiss white cross on it, because it was August 1st. It was the Swiss National Day 2 days ago. I shouldn't have done that, actually. I forgot. It's no wonder the boys buzz around her like a swarm of amorous bees. But I won't stand for it. No way. No how. I'm going to find the rascal and give him a good whooping. You got to help me out. You see anyone buzzing around my little flower, you give him what for and send him packing. I'll keep my peepers peeled too, but I can't stand watch all day long. From what I remember, all European pastries and foods are top class. There are local specialties, we shall say. It's the fish that's been fermenting for years and you get it in a can, right? The ones where you open it, the sour fluid splurts out and you have to be careful. Probably not then, no. It's probably a little bit different, Monica. Because here it's usually in... Well, it does stink, yeah, but it's usually in glass pots. And usually it's not been fermenting for years, no. I think it's like what you're talking about, I think, is an extreme version of what we have here, I guess. But because it's all vinegar, I just can't stand it regardless anyway. So, in America, everything is processed and filled with preservatives. Industrial pastries exist here too, so don't worry about it. Not everyone buy their pastries like at the bakers or something like that, because it's kind of expensive if you want to only buy them there. It's spelled this way. I think if you look it up, you will find it. No, sorry, that's wrong. Like this. Yeah. If you want to Google it up, you will probably be able to find it. I promise I'll make it worth your while. You chase the varmint off, and I'll let you chat with the apple of my eye. Ush! You don't have to say a word. I can see how you feel by the spark in your eye. There's not a fellow alive who wouldn't jump at this chance. Ease this old man's heart and get rid of the lowlife who's pestering my baby girl. I'm counting on you, Link. Yeah, or with 2 L's maybe, yeah. Maybe it's 2 L's, yeah, actually, come to think of it. Or maybe they call it like that in Germany, yeah, I don't know. But at least we have it here, it's called like that too, and I can't stand the thing. That's what I meant to say anyway. And I think in some English-speaking parts of the world, they call it boneless fish, or at least I've heard it called like that too in English. In Asian countries where they speak English, at least they call it like that. I know in the Philippines they call it boneless fish anyway. Belgian waffles, yeah. This is a thing, yeah. People love it for a family brunch, but it makes me want to gag. Well, we have that in common, Monica. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? When this happens, you need to speak with Peter, father, at night in their house. It's the door located nearest to the south entrance. And then the girl wants to speak in private. Okay. Oh, I have to sleep again. Okay, let's do this. My mom and dad are no exception to liking it. Brunch with fish. I don't know. It doesn't seem any weirder to me than eggs and bacon or something. You're actually allergic to fish and salmon? Well, salmon is fish. There are 2 things, usually, that I can't stand. The smell or the taste. It's mustard and vinegar. Usually, these 2 things I can't eat. But anything else pretty much is okay. I don't like mustard. The smell, I guess. It's mostly the smell. The taste, I guess it depends. Had to find out the hard way. Ow. Like actual allergy. And there are probably so many things where there might be fish inside. You have to be careful. Like read the label. Make sure there's no fish in what you eat. I used to not be, but 2 years ago I ate salmon sushi and literally coughed up blood, and it was scary. Ow. Yeah, that does sound very serious. Hello, darling. I want you to visit me at my house tonight. I have something I need to say. My house is just next to the bazaar. You'll definitely come, right? I'll be waiting. It's Danish tradition. On the holidays, we have holiday brunch. Called whatever the holiday is, like Easter brunch. But the menu is usually the same, though what kind of alcohol you drink depends on the holiday. I wish you all a great stream. I will be off for tonight. Fire Emblem is calling. Okie dokie, Qualix. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care. Until next time. You had fried fish at a friend's house and later was sick with fever. Yeah, allergies are weird for each person. And do you have something you want to pick up? No thanks. Okay, well, I talked to her, so... Look, hon, it's not human to tease someone this bored. Knock it off, okay? Okay... Now I need to get back to her house at night again. Okay, there's the door. When you meet up with Beatrice at night, deny her love and break her heart to pieces. This is an option. Sleep in the bed until the next night, then talk with her father, who is overjoyed that you got rid of the creep who was after his pumpkin. From here on, she'll try to get over you, though it's hard. While sad, the statements are somewhat humorous, particularly because the whole thing is so exaggerated. Or option B, love from afar. When you meet up with Beatrice at night, tell her it's true love. She knows that you have something really important you need to do though, so she's willing to wait. From now on, every time you see her at the item check, she'll continue calling you darling and beg you to come to see her soon. While not as depressing as the other option, it's kinda sad to wonder what happens after the game is done. No. Sorry, but really, I'd recommend you watch a video of people opening and tasting I don't know how to pronounce it. Strumming? I'm probably too hard on the R, but actually, let me find a good one and put it up on Discord. Yeah, please. Can you do that? I will watch it after the stream is over. Until night. Healthcare is usually good in Belgium. I mean, health insurance is usually good. I see people gagging on thumbnails. People have to pay for their own insurance, but it's not overly expensive. But I guess the downside is that the taxes are super high. So, overall. Like, it is said in Belgium that over a whole year when you work, it's only starting from late August that you start working for yourself, for your own benefit. Everything you work from January 1st until like mid-August, all the money you made, it's all going into taxes. Basically. That's how bad taxes are in Belgium. So it's like over, let's say over 60 to 65% of all the money you make per year goes into taxes that you pay on everything, whether it is for paying something at the shop, putting gas in your car, you pay taxes when you buy your gas, for buying alcohol, or there's no tax on oxygen yet, but I wouldn't be surprised. There is an amazing video of someone tasting it that fed their dog and the poor pup threw up. This sounds really cruel, actually. So yeah, we have a lot of things that are like really good, like social security and stuff like that, but the downside is all the taxes you have to pay. It's not the worst country in Europe as far as that is concerned, probably. I think we're not the worst. But it's amongst the worst, probably. And like, people have their retirement guaranteed, for example. It's not huge or anything, but people have their retirement guaranteed, so. Actually, you guys in Denmark have VAT that's higher than in Belgium. It's already high in Belgium, it's 21%. But you guys in Denmark, I think, have it the worst of all Europe, as far as VAT is concerned. You guys have the highest in all of in the whole European Union, I think. A value-added tax. It might be called something different. In English, it's called VAT, but in Danish, it's probably something different, I guess. Yeah, it's value-added tax. Yeah. In Belgium, it's 21% on most things, and on some things, it's 6%. But for most goods that you buy in shops, it's 21%, regardless. But I know that you guys in Denmark have, like, probably the highest taxes in all of Europe. So you guys have it worse, I guess. My baby girl's as restless as a twisted sheet in the wind. Is there something in the water? What should I do, by the way, guys? Do you guys want to decide for me? Should I break her heart, or pretend that I love her even though that's a lie? Should I play with her feelings, or should I break her heart now so that she can get over it and maybe find someone that really loves her? It's a hard choice, but it has to be done. I think Swiss has the highest tax, being the richest country in Europe. Actually, I think we have it worse in Belgium. But the pay you get at the end of the month is much better in Switzerland, though. Link, you came to see me. Thank you. The truth is, there's something I'm just dying to get off my chest, Link. I'm just going to ask you something point blank, okay? What do you think about me? You store items. I like you. You store items? I like you. Personally, I think it's better to break her heart now rather than playing her for a fool for the rest of the game. Lying to her is probably the worst, in my opinion. Huh? Maybe I didn't ask you the right way. Oh, let me think here. What am I to you? A shopkeeper? Are you serious? How could you do that to me? Oh, wait, I see what's going on here. Switzerland is literally like a Disney movie. It depends who you ask. There are people with problems in Switzerland too. Trust me. Oh, wait, I see what's going on here. You're just too shy to admit your true feelings, aren't you? I do like that tax is part of the price and not like in America where you can't really know the real price before you get to the register. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. You have no feelings for me? All I am to you is some girl who stores your items? You really think that? Yep. Grass does look greener on the other side. I understand, that's your answer. I'm sorry for causing you trouble. Poor girl, I really feel bad about this, but I think it's for the best. I don't need your sympathy. I'm fine, I'll get over you quickly. The next time we meet, I'll greet you as I would any old customer. Poor girl, but tonight I want to be alone. Good night, my darling. Ah, it's really bad. It's awful. I want to sleep until morning, and then the daddy will be very pleased, though. Yeah, but I guess it's worse if you just pretend to love her when it's not true. Okay, I have to go see the dad. Because it's a requirement for a side quest. I mean, you have to play with her feelings for the side quest. Well, I think it's... At least he's honest. I think it's worse to lie. But... if you want to finish the game 100%, you have to do this side quest, so... Where's the father, though? I need to talk to the father, but where is he? I didn't see him in the house. Oh, until the next night, maybe. I have to sleep again. Did you make it in the what? Yeah, I'd rather not play with our feelings to begin with at all. It's really awful, I know, but... in this case, it had to be done, I'm afraid. Until night. Dome? The dome? What dome? There's a dome in the game? Yeah. Hey Link, have I got some news for you? My sweetie daughter has given her good-for-nothing fellow to boot. The Wind Dome? I don't know. No, I must not have done that yet then. Of course I feel for her. I hate to see her blue and all, but... no, not yet, no. I'm pleased as punch the ex-swiping scamps out of the picture. Tell me true, Link. Are you responsible for breaking them up? Never mind, it makes no difference to me. I'm as happy as a loft wing in an updraft, I truly am. He looks so happy and smug. Yeah, I don't like the guy. You got 5 gratitude crystals. These crystals are feelings of gratitude in crystallized form. Now I think I can get another reward from the guy, the demon. Helping people feels good. Yeah, but what of the feelings of the poor girl, though? Yeah, this game should have maybe had it something at the end there to say something like poor girl or something, but it's a generic message that happens at the end of each of these quests. Sorry girl, Link is taken. Well, actually, to be fair, yeah, he is taken. But that means you shouldn't have played with our feelings to begin with. You've gathered quite a lot of gratitude crystals, haven't you? How magnificent. Please take this as a token of this demon's deepest appreciation. Is it an extra pouch? Ah, no, okay, it's not. You can carry up to 1,000 rupees in this massive wallet. You have made such magnificent progress gathering gratitude crystals. Please just continue helping me a bit longer. Well, the next quest in the chain, I can't do it now anyway, so... No, I beg you, stop. That chest is not to be opened under any circumstance. There's something unspeakable inside. I want to open it. Maybe they should have made it like an actual stalker, or maybe a guy who is first seen like a stalker but is actually just shy and Link helps to get them together. Yeah, that would have been a better way. How insensitive of the creators of the game. I said no. That chest contains the infamous evil and of the dreaded cursed metal. If you carry that metal with you, you'll find more rupees than ever before. You'll even have better chances of discovering treasure. Oh, don't make me say it. Sounds handy. Now that you mention it, that does sound pretty enticing, but it gets worse. Far, far worse. Any poor soul who holds that metal will find himself unable to open his pouch. No matter how badly you want to use your potions or shields, they will be denied to you. Can you imagine a more gruesome fate? Please, push any thought of this chest out of your mind forever. You must never think of it again. Yoink! Just gets the ropes up, only to break our heart. Yeah. You got the cursed metal. With this, rupees and treasure will appear more often, but it also carries a curse that prevents your pouch from opening. Eek! It's about to rain hard here. Well, I mentioned earlier we were having a thunderstorm. Actually, I don't know if it's past now, maybe, or something, or if it's still raining. It's not raining anymore. I guess it's past. Your pouch is full, so the item was sent to the item check. Well, yeah, I don't want him in my pouch right now anyway. Oh dear, now you've done it. You opened it, didn't you? Human desire is an insatiable, fearsome thing, even to a demon. But then again, I suppose it's also what makes your kind so intriguing. If your pouch won't open, fear not, that will not happen while you're carrying that metal. If you leave it at an item check, you'll be able to open your pouch once again. Well, that's good because it is in the item check. Actually, we were mentioning this earlier with Monica here. Thunderstorms and rain calms me. Yeah. I do like it too, especially at night anyway. When all I want is to relax, I guess. Hearing the sound of the rain on the roof of the house while I'm trying to sleep, it's good. Oh yeah, I need to get to the goddess statue now that I think about it. No, not here, Rudy. Yep, what is it, Monica? Like, it's like the earth takes a power nap or something. I don't know, it's just the sound of the water maybe. I guess it's appeasing. Did you ever answer if you were gonna enter the desert today? I think I did. I think I told Quillix that I was going to enter it, but I would probably not have enough time to get to the dungeon, or should I say desert? I will enter the desert after the stream when I get my watermelon. But as for entering the desert, I will enter the desert today on stream, but the dungeon there, I will probably not have time for it today. I think I should be able to get to the entrance to the dungeon, but getting through the dungeon itself, I don't think I will be able to do this today. That would have to wait till tomorrow. About to eat some dessert in the desert. Win-win situation. I've confirmed the location of a third opening in the cloud barrier in the sky to the southwest. It will allow you to reach a new area on the surface. I suggest going there as soon as you are suitably prepared. So tomorrow night, I think I'll do the next dungeon then, and I think you have to fight the imprisoned after this, if I'm not mistaken. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Well, let's leave now. I will enter the desert now, because I don't think there's anything else I can do at this point anyway. Statue of the goddess. Ah, yeah, it's night time. You can't call your bird at night. I forgot. Why there, trainee? You'll never be promoted to full knighthood if you can't learn to keep your wits about you. Oh, and don't let me catch you going out flying at night. Only trained knights such as myself should be doing that. You take care now.
Hey!
Yikes! I need to find a bed, sleep till morning. Oh, we'll see about that, mister. It's a Mrs., I think, here, or a miss. Yeah, that's totally Link. Trespasses on people's property, other people's property at night. Sleeps in their bed. Ah, it's southwest, okay. We jumped off with no guard. Oh, betrayed him. I think it's Panda yesterday was comparing the Loftwing to Oho as well. But I guess it's kind of the same colors. Well, there, I am entering the desert. Right. Ah. Mari Maras. A report, Master Link. We have arrived at Laneru Mine. Or I guess it's the mine before it's the desert. Oh yeah, I think I remember something like a minecart riding thing or something in the desert. Wasn't there something like that? Yeah, wasn't there like a minecart thing in the desert where you have to get from point A to point B in a record time or something? Like a mini game run by Gorons or something. Minecart thing, and that little guy you have to help. Yeah, and there's like a boat that's like in the sand or something like that. In the past there was water. Like if you switch the time to the past, the ship is like surrounded by water. But in the present, it's like in the sand. Yeah. Yeah, I vaguely remember this now. I think this was probably one of my favorite parts of the game, and the dungeon coming up is pretty cool too. Sinking sand, forgot, yeah, maybe. My estimates indicate that this object has been broken for many years. I am unable to analyze the content of its speech at this time. Yeah, robots. I already mentioned this, but the time bubble that reverts things to the state they were like in the past is a great mechanic in this game. I know you get the grappling hook here as well. Well, see, this was something I did not remember. No, it's not a spoiler in the sense that I've already played the game, and besides, like I said in the title of the stream and in the tags, I allow bad seed gaming in this case. When it's a game I've already played before anyway, and I would remember myself eventually regardless. It's not like I'm playing blind or anything. Can you push it off? Oh boy. Careful now. Okie dokie, Monica. Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask Switch remake would be nice. They could pretty much get away, I think, with just releasing HD versions of those that are on the 3DS, and they would look fine, I think. Like make them 1080p 60 FPS. You know, the 3DS versions, 1080p 60 FPS, and they would be good, I think. They don't even need to be remastered or anything. Although, well, I can't remember who it was I had this conversation with. I think it was just yesterday, but it might have been with you and Doctor, I think, about how some of the things in Majora's Mask 3D I didn't like quite as much as in the original, like the controls for the Zora, among other things. The swimming controls with the Zora were not great. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, what am I doing? Not for everything. Some things were good in the 3DS version. Some of the quality of life improvements were great, but not everything is better. It's just, as much as I consider Ocarina of Time 3D to be the definitive version of the game, Majora's Mask 3D, I have a hard time considering it the absolute best version out there. Both versions have their strengths and weaknesses. It's the best way that I can put it. You use a 360 controller for your 3DS? Pardon me. No, only for Majora's Mask 3D is what we were talking about. Yeah, just saying that some of the controls that they changed for the 3DS of Majora's Mask are worse than in the original. Not everything, but some things. So for me, Majora's Mask 3D on the 3DS is... I have a hard time calling it the absolute definitive edition of the game. Because it has some things that are better than the original, while other things are, well, worse. I absolutely love this mechanic. As for 3D games, it's best to use a controller if you know how to. Well, depending on the game. On 3DS, it really depends on the game. I think most games I would consider to be okay with the circle pad on a 3DS. Some types of games I would maybe prefer to play with different controls. You got an ancient flower. Legends say this beautiful flower flourished in the ancient past. Supposedly, it glows in the dark. Yeah, I haven't modded my 3DS myself, so... That's minecart for transporting time shift stones. Paired up for human use, so get lost. I'm okay with the 3DS controls. Can't say for Majora's Mask, but for the games I've played myself, I'd say for some games where, like if it's a 3D shooting game where you have to aim with the circle pad, I'd say it's a bit too tiny. And I have the same complaint about the joysticks on the Joy-Con of the Nintendo Switch. But for most games, let's say if it's a 3D platformer or if it's like a 3D adventure game like Zelda, they're fine. Because I use the gyro controls for aiming with the bow and the slingshot, so in this case I have no problem with the controls, I guess. It's just in terms of gameplay, Majora's Mask is a bit worse than the original in some ways. I am able to confirm that the time shift has occurred within this space. Yes, this is the type of game, for example, where it's not so much about how much you push the stick that matters, because you're pretty much at full speed all the time anyway, but it's more the 360 degrees of control that are required for these types of games. But for games where you need to be able to dose really well, like very accurately and precisely, how far you push the stick, not to 100% of its course, if you know what I mean. It's a bit too tiny to my liking. The Back to the Past mechanic in Skyward Sword is beautiful indeed. Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite mechanics in the game, this thing. This, like, time shift bubble thing. Do not interfere with mining operations. Stop talking to me. Zip. You have a 3DS XL? Actually, these days, I wish I had an XL. I bought one close to launch, and I kind of regret it now, because now I have a hard time playing my old 3DS now. Because I sort of need a bigger screen. I've been spoiled by tablets, I guess, and phones, having bigger screens that these consoles that are now completely out of date, completely obsolete, I suppose I should say. The bubble could be better or worse. Past would be cool, but future would be really weird. The bubble could be better or worse. Yeah. So if I want to keep going...
Wait, I want to go there first. A 3DS TV like PlayStation TV, now that would be cool. Because I could stream 3DS games more easily. Got a red rupee, it's worth 20 rupees. Don't spend it all in one place. My dad was curious as to why I'd spend a bit more just for a bigger screen, when funny enough he is the one always complaining that looking at my phone too much is bad for my eyes since it's so small. Without Katsukiti. Ah yeah, it was one of the modders, wasn't it? It was one of the modding options for your 3DS if you want to have a video capture on it or something. Yes sir, yeah. There were two, I think. There was this one and another. You're looking for work, get rid of that funny looking hat and come back with a helmet. He left the earth a while back. Yeah, I wonder when he'll come back to Earth. Rupee, yeah, Rupee. Both were done due to Switch taking over. Yeah, in the meantime, so many games are stuck on the 3DS and I can't stream them because they are on the 3DS. I guess 3DS emulators are a thing now, it's just that they require a decent enough PC, which mine is not. Because otherwise that would be a suitable option for streaming. Mine can run certain 3DS games at full speed, but not all of them. But when it does, then my laptop can't encode video at the same time, so it can't run a game at full speed and encode video for streaming at the same time. It's too much. If you got a good PC, you can emulate everything. I wish I did. I don't, but I wish I did. Technically, you can wirelessly, but the program is glitchy. Yeah, if your 3DS is modded, I've seen this. But yes, it doesn't work well enough. I wouldn't want to stream that way myself. I've seen it in action, it's just not good enough for me. Okay, Link, time to play basketball. Katsukiti also provided a mod where you could play game. Yes, I do remember this actually, yeah. Some people used it for Smash Brothers, among other things. Okay. Today I'm curious as to if you'll ever play the next Ace Attorney, and if yes, how? Well, if I want to stream it, I either need a phone that's good enough to play it, which has video out, so I can capture the video maybe over like HDMI out or something like that. That would be one way to do it. Or I need a better PC to be able to emulate the 3DS version. That's how it would have to work. Because if I want to stream them, it's gonna be either it's gonna have to be either like the Android or iOS version, so on a phone or a tablet, or it's gonna have to be on the 3DS version on a PC. It would be so useful to play it for Pokemon.
Thank you for the follow, Jetsrect. Okay, ooh. Made it. There was a rupee behind it, yes, so what? Ah, no, there's more. There's more than that. Okay. Yeah, Monica, I would like to stream these games. I would love to. Right now, I don't have the technical means to do it. Well, in the not too distant future, the things that I have in mind for streaming, I would very much like to restream Conker's Bad Fur Day. This is one game that I've been feeling like streaming again, even though I already have once. It's just not in a long time. The third Layton game would be a good option. And then as for other games, I still have to think about it. I would love to. Not only because you guys are, well, subscribers and more than that, faithful to the channel, so I want to please. But I would love to play them for myself too in the first place, so... It's not just to please the fan base, shall we say. But for myself too, I really want to play them someday. Come on, Link. Come on! Come on, it's right in front of you! Oh, I hate this thing. I hate this thing. Ah, finally! Okay, one for the collection. Over here, a copy is worth 80 to 100 bucks. Ah, yeah, you were saying, yes, since I found you through Ace Attorney Investigations, the most important is to play for yourself. Conquerors, well, that's about what it costed when it came out. Well, 80, I mean. Because it was an expensive game to begin with when it came out. But I got it when it was brand new, like, still available widely in the in shops, so by my aunt in Switzerland, buying it for me when I was staying there. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, my shield does not protect against electricity, so need to keep that in mind. I need stamina. Well, see, Ogre Battle on N64, it was not released in Europe, so... And because it was an Atlas game, published by Atlas, it didn't get a big print run to begin with, as was customary with Atlas games, so that doesn't help. And then Conker's Bad Fur Day, it was published by THQ in Europe. And I think they did put out a lot of I don't know if you should... Nah, I don't agree, no. It is, like, kind of the foul language is all like... It's got beeping sounds to mask the... To mask the rude words. And I guess it has a little bit of adult humor, but it's It's the kind of humor that would make maybe a teenager laugh. I mean, I don't know. It's vulgar, yeah, but adult. I think it's still a bit of a stretch, I guess, to call it adult. Dinosaurs biting private parts. Well, don't spoil the whole thing if Monica has not seen it yet and she's gonna be discovering it for the first time on stream. Because it's a game, when you see it for the first time, it's and you discover things, like all the things that this game does, it takes you by surprise with the things that it dares do. Well, I do think it's pretty funny. I mean, I wouldn't be replaying it for like the 10th time if seen a bit from Call Me Kevin. Well, if you like, I guess, slightly adult humor and... Well, if you don't mind, like, bad language, then you might find that very funny. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. When I first saw that scene, I nearly puked. It's a rare game, meaning you should play it. You love dark humor? You should love this then. I think you should love it, normally. Is it gonna roll all the way there, though? Not quite. Well, I guess it did work. Would it activate the thing, though? Ah, it does. Ah, there we go. Your own humor is also just facts, to be honest. Ah, crud. Crud. All right. You laugh at the dumbest things sometimes. It's the best kind of humor, Monica, in my book. Silent Kill, Quan. What? Parasite Eve. Are you guys a fan of horror games? Silent Hill. Yeah. Silent Hill, I've played a few of these. Juon, I guess you mean. Not Kuon. Juon. Well, Juon, I know the films. I believe there was a game on the Wii based on the movie Juon. That I know of. Yeah, for Spooktober this year, at least if I spelled Quan, it's spelled Quan. Well, we're not talking about the same thing then, because Juon is the series of films in Japan that were localized as The Grudge, like the American remakes of the thing. And I'm pretty sure if we're talking about the same thing, I'm pretty sure it's not Kuon. No, we're not talking about the same thing then. No, we're talking about totally different things. No! Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I was gonna say for Spooktober this year, assuming I can have a Spooktober, I will definitely be streaming Silent Hill 4, which has already been lent to me for October by a friend of mine. Told him, you're already lending it to me now, but I wasn't in a hurry or anything because I don't intend to play it until October. And he said, nah, it's fine. I would like to replay Alien Isolation too, because I couldn't do it for Spooktober last year, and I'd like to do it this year at least. Ah! What's going on with this thing? I can't move. My nunchuck isn't working anymore or something. Ah, okay. It's working now. What's that? Sorry. Sometimes horror games and films have interesting premises, but I'm a big scaredy cat, so can't play myself or watch directly. Esquan is an extremely rare game for PS2 and horror. Same here, especially on old consoles. No thanks. I'll watch gameplays though. I played Alien Isolation for the first time last year, and it's probably my favorite horror game now. At this point. I mean, I'm a fan of the Alien franchise to begin with, so that helps a lot. But when I played it for the first time, I was like, wow. I love a good horror game that really has you, like, on the edge of your seat the whole time. And this one certainly did. I already streamed practically all of the Resident Evil games that I could stream. Like from 1, 2, 3, well, it did the classics anyway. Since I don't have any consoles or a machine that can play the more recent remakes or anything like that. Silent Hill 2 is on your favorite horror games. One of your favorite horror games, even if the game is old, the story is still amazing. Yeah, that I streamed in October last year, Silent Hill 2. We have arrived at Laniu Desert. The terrain in this area changed dramatically as climate forces rapidly turned it into a desert. Well, there's your desert, I guess. This is what I had in mind. Calling, which was for the Wii. Actually, this is one I haven't played. I know of it, but I haven't played it myself. I absolutely love Silent Hill Shattered Memories though on the Nintendo Wii. This is probably one of my favorite Wii games. I already streamed it once. Maybe I will do it again someday. My ratings indicate that Zelda is crap. I suggest reuniting with her quickly to determine the motivations behind her actions at Elden Province. Yeah, I vaguely remember this. Pretty tedious, but fun later. Yeah, calling. I know that it's something with a like a smartphone or something like that. Something about phone calls anyway. I do believe I tried it very briefly, but it's not a game I own. But I was curious about it and I tried it for a very brief time. Saw PewDiePie play it back in the day, but because of copyright some of the videos are gone. Ah, okay. Well, I haven't saved in a while, so... wow. Heard some people say the controls are weird at times, though. I honestly don't remember because I only played that very briefly. Can't you lift that? Never mind then. You got an amber relic. These amber-colored chunks of precious stone are found everywhere and no one knows where their strange shape comes from. I'm good, yeah. Usually, yeah. I mean, by that, I can play them and I don't mind the horror and stuff like that. I mean, if anything, the more nervous a game makes me, the more I enjoy it. Because it means I'm invested, I'm really into it. There's this game that I've tried streaming a few times called Zombie U on the Wii U. It has a mode where if you die, you have to restart the whole game from the beginning. And it's very survival heavy. And I've tried playing it a few times. I can get very far into the game, but if I have to play it in whole, completely from beginning to end without dying, it's really tense because you know that you're gonna lose a lot of progress if you die. If you have to restart the whole thing from the beginning. But I guess there's the added stress of people watching, I guess, maybe. So that doesn't help. Yeah. Well, it's a game I don't have, though, so... But maybe someday, yeah. Something to consider. Yeah, they did release a new version for PS4 and Xbox One later. But it is missing some stuff from the Wii U version. Well, let's just say that it's a game that used the controller of the Wii U with the touch screen on it very extensively, and it's not the same experience if you don't have that in the game. It changes how the game feels and plays, really. Because I think I saw a lot of trailers for it when the Wii U came out. Because you have your whole inventory management on the touchscreen, so when you want to go through your inventory, the game doesn't pause, and your character takes off his backpack, and you can see on the top screen your character just rummaging in his backpack as you're managing your inventory on your touchscreen. And meanwhile, zombies can attack you. So basically, it's just like imagine if you were like in a zombie apocalypse in real life, and you needed to get something from your backpack, and you needed to take it off your back and not look around you to see, well, if any zombie is sneaking up on you. So you're there like looking through your stuff. And you have to be quick about it too, using the touchscreen, like sliding things into slots that correspond to your pockets on your pants or stuff like that, so that you can have like quick access to some of your things without needing to go through your backpack. In my opinion, I think it's very immersive in that sense. And then you have a radar that tells you if zombies are close to you and stuff like that on your tablet. I love that game. It's not very good looking and it's very clunky, even glitchy at times, but I can't help myself. I just love this game. I'd say before Alien Isolation it was probably my favorite horror game, but Alien Isolation is just miles better. And it's a much better designed game too. Not to mention it's a gorgeous game. Okay, never mind. Let's see. I'm a bit confused about what I have to do. At this point in the game, it becomes hard to tell what you're supposed to do next. Oh wait. Is that it? believe there's a crystal in there. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Oh. Oh. Help. Ah. But damn it, he changes the position of his weapon. Shorty out. Where's the little dude? Oh, here, I guess. Thank you. If you hadn't come along, they would have sucked all of the electricity out of me. Oh, look at that. You have a Beetle. It appears to be an older model of Lanator fabrication. As thanks for saving me, I will upgrade it for you. Swoop, give it here for a second. Is it the version that can carry bombs and that can speed up, maybe? You got the Hook Beetle. The big pincers enable you to pick up and carry things with it. You can also press Z while carrying an object to look down and drop your cargo. Bombs away! I've added a pincer modification so you can grab things. Be careful out there. Okay, it's probably not the version that can speed up then. Hold on, I need to find a bomb. Well, here I suppose. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Still pretty slow moving though. I love this. Okay, never mind. Well, let's actually try to find some place where it is useful to have. Because right now I'm just messing around with it. Oh, I guess. Ah, yeah, I guess for these things. Oh yeah, I touched a branch. There are trees in Breath of the Wild that look a little bit like these. So since we talked about horror games, how about horror movies? I like them. I mean, they're not my go-to thing or anything, but I like them just fine. I have a lot of catching up to do on that front, though. Hello, Pokemanic. In terms of movies, maybe sci-fi in general, I suppose. Comedies as well. I love myself a good comedy. Laneru cicada. Is that it? Sand cicada. Okay. The larvae of these bugs stay on the ground for 10 years or longer. No bug is harder to catch. Oh, there's a path in the wall there? Oh, well, I guess there's something behind all of them. Well, crap. Well, on the topic of movies and films and stuff like that, well, I suppose I play video games more than I watch TV or movies in general, so I guess I'm more of a video game kind of guy. TV shows sometimes, although I don't watch them on TV usually. Did you say topic? Topic instead of topic? I may have. Sorry if I did. Yeah, I can't climb. Ah, crap. Oh no, oh no. That's a what? That's a what? And a half. A kink and a half. Well, you know, English is not my native language, so I've never heard the saying before, I'm sorry. We don't speak English where I'm from. It's like, what was it? Jeff kept correcting you on. Unfortunately, yeah. On the pronunciation of unfortunately. Because I kept saying fortunately. But I guess I've gotten a little better at that now. Not by much, but a little. Unfortunately. Well, I know now, but I didn't know before. Yeah, this place is really confusing. I'm struggling with it. Yes, I do remember now why you have to kill these guys. It's because their shells can be used as platforms on the sand. To help you cross. And there's words I pick up too, usually when writing them. Well, personally, I'm not too, like, I'm not too fussed about that, about like mistakes and stuff like that, but as long as I can understand. Yeah, or when autocorrect is trying to make you spell out a Danish word instead of an English one, maybe, perhaps. There's a bit of that too. Yeah, they respawn though. Like the other day, what was it? Sugar or something like that instead of sugar. Jeff is the one who always corrects everyone. Shukur, yes. Ah, no, 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 no. That was my brain, not autocorrect, sadly. Ah, well, you taught us a bit of Danish. It was not all for nothing. That's how you cross. Ah! No! It's just such a good mechanic, this this Beetle, being able to carry things like this. Only green rupees? That's a shame. It's a little bit better. May not have to use the Beetle. Ah, no. What, is it gonna take so long? Didn't realize this was gonna take forever. What's a good Beetle? Who's a good little Beetle? You are! Who's a good little Beetle? Oh boy. Hey, I made it to a statue. Just remembered I have my cat in my room today, for once. Should I push the minecart over there or not? Alright, I guess that would help me. Yeah, he's asleep now, though I can't really disturb him. Might not be very happy. I know you two. That's why I was saying. Yeah, this way at least I don't have to go through the quicksand anymore. I can just go around. Yeah, when it started raining earlier with the thunderstorm, obviously he had to rush home. Doesn't like the rain. Well, few cats do. One of my two cats loves water, but most of them they don't. Oh, well, I guess. Wait, can I just ride in this direction, or? When it rains, Jack comes in to tell us, and then he dries himself off by rubbing against us. Yeah, mine likes to do that too. For some reason, he likes to sit on our feet, too. Like, he'll put himself on not just rubbing against your legs, but it will, like, set himself to sit on your feet. It's like one of his weird habits. I've never had a cat do that before this one. But this cat is weird in general, anyway. And he's a natural hunter too. He likes to bring back like mice and birds and that sort of thing. This is not the most fun part though. We once had a cat who would stick his face into our shoes, and when he got his head up, he looked high as fuck. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I made it. I don't know what people have against the gameplay in this game. The controls are perfectly fine. I agree that it's not the most comfortable thing in the world to play because you kind of have to move your body a little, but if people complain that they're not responsive, that's a lie. They're perfectly responsive. Ah. Is this the right way? Well, I guess it might be. And there's a little thing over there I haven't done yet, I suppose. Yeah, but I probably need the hook shot to reach it, though. Yeah, right. But if I don't want to catch cold... Oh. What happened there? When I turned off my fan, the screen went black. What? Desert Gorge. Save. No, this game is on the Wii. It's a Nintendo Wii game. It would look quite a bit nicer if this was a Nintendo Switch game. The hard style all holds up, I think. It's not technically very impressive by nowadays standards, obviously. Pretty low res among other things, but the art style itself, I think it's still fine. Very colorful like this. Usually colorful games stand the test of time better. Better than photorealistic games, which quickly get out of date. Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah, you can only have one time shift bubble at a time, I guess. I don't know what else to call them, really. To me, that's what they are. I may have made a mistake here, I think. Is there a way to get a time bubble where I am right now? Like, maybe there's a crystal inside that tree. Seems to be glowing. Yeah. I didn't quite fall into it. Damn it. But I could perceive the purplish glow coming from inside. Yes. Looks so much nicer in the past. There's a... yeah, okay, yeah, I could see it, the switch crystal there. I don't know why sometimes it's like the nunchuck isn't registered anymore. Okie dokie. Yeah, but it's probably gonna say that it's low on battery for a couple more hours before it actually runs out. But that also reminds me that I do have to put my spare batteries to charge when the stream is over. Because otherwise, next time it actually runs out of battery, I won't have any spares anymore. This was my last pair of AA, so I do have to put some others to charge. Good to see you, bud. Seems like you pop up everywhere, though I am one to talk. Anyway, bud, there is something I am dying to tell you. It is the discovery of the century. This is a sacred place known as the Temple of Time. I could not believe my eyes when I saw a human who lives on the legendary Isle of the Goddess. It were clothed just like the ones written about in the ancient manuscripts, and it looked just like you, bud. It came with another person, and they entered the temple. I wanted to chase after them. But then there was an explosion all of a sudden, and the entrance, well, you can see for yourself, bud. I do not think we are getting past this mess. I just wish we could find out what is happening on the other side. Yeah, probably not getting through this mess indeed. But in the past, it was not crumbled yet, so might be in luck there. I wonder if there's... well, maybe I actually... maybe I am supposed to break these rocks up there. It's just a rupee. There was a crystal. Okay.
Ah. Not a huge fan of these. One thing I'm kind of missing is when Link just swings his sword around when he's done killing an enemy, like in Twilight Princess. That was pretty cool. Kinda wish that existed here. My bad, little robot. That was scary. Thanks for helping me. This is the Temple of Time. Within it is the secret Gate of Time made by the goddess. It's my job to patrol outside the temple. If you want to reach the Gate of Time, you will need to pass through that door, Zap. Huh? You need another way in, Fuweep? Well, the Naniru mining facility and the Temple of Time are connected underground. The Naniru mining facility is right here. Uh-huh. This map, it looks inaccurate. Bzz. I'm going to fix it for you. Zzz. I don't do a good robot voice, I'm afraid. The Naniru mining facility is just ahead. Good luck. A report, Master Link. The map you possess corresponds to the actual terrain of this area with only 35% accuracy. The robot you met earlier modified your map to show past terrain that is now submerged below the sink sand. It should stop at the edge of the bubble. Yeah, no surprise there, but I think this is how I'm meant to do it. Well, do you need to blow it with a bomb? If you knock it, simply, yeah. Alright. Yep, there we go. I had to move it. I could have picked that flower too. Ah, well. Actually... Yeah, okay, you have to do it from inside the cart. I'll pick that flower, since I'm back. Yeah, we're not quite at the dungeon yet. I'd like to at least make it to the entrance to the dungeon so I can get started on it tomorrow night. I mean, don't they notice? Well, the one closest to me is the one I should have taken care of. Well, I guess without a bomb, it's pretty pointless. What is it? Master Link, I have information to report. Now is not a good time. I'm sinking in the sand. I can confirm that you will not be consumed by the sink sand in this current position. I suggest verifying your location on the map. Readings indicate that there is a submerged path beneath the sink sand. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah. No, right now, while he's sinking. It is possible to walk along a route above this path without submerging completely into the sink sands. Yeah, because there... Yeah, I can see what she means, yeah. Simulations suggest that placing beacons to mark a safe route along these paths before proceeding would significantly reduce risk. I recommend placing multiple beacons. Ah, she gave me more, okay. Like so. I'm gonna place one there too, because I wonder if maybe there's a treasure over this way. And there might be, actually. What's that, dragonflies? Okay, got it. You got one Gerudo Dragonfly. These stunning insects have compound eyes more beautiful than rubies and wings as transparent as glass. Yeah, well, whatever. I got one. Good enough for me. Oops. You're good at basketball, Link. And there was something hidden behind the statue? Huh? That's a weird thing. Yeah, my health is low, I know. But, I have a fairy in a bottle, so... Well, I guess... So as to save it, I guess I could drink my potion now. What is this thing? You look kind of suspicious, vroom. Don't let me catch you fiddling with this device, bzzzt. No? Push in? Oh, okay. I'd say it needs to be done. No, never mind. Sorry. Didn't mean to do this. Ah, what are you doing, Vert? Still, you'll never get it to open just fiddling with the dials. Bzzzt. Okay, made it. Awesome, another crystal. Well, I guess I do have to activate all three, right? There's more than one. There's like 3 needles kind of thing there.
get this one from here, maybe? Ah, okay. Maybe there is one of these dials behind there. No? Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Yeah, replenish my supplies. As far as I'm aware, this is the only Zelda game where you use flower bombs as regular bombs that you can put in your inventory like this. I can't recall any other such game where this can be done. How'd you get to the... Ah, yeah, no, yeah, never mind. You need the hook shot to get to that chest. Was a bit too eager there. Should have waited a bit more. Okay. Treasure chests. Rupees, perhaps. Yeah. Oh, well, only 5. Ah, just my luck. Ah! A report must link. My analysis indicates that you can restore this device to an operable state by inserting a source of energy. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Well, what? It didn't go in? Maybe it needs to go all the way? To go in all the way? Ah, like this, okay. I had just that idea before you interrupted me, Fi. Ah, another one of these. Okay. Ah, but I didn't do it properly. Okay. Now this reminds me a lot of Metroid Prime 3. There was a lot of that in there too. like pulling, turning, and pushing with the Wii Remote. Didn't have Wii Motion Plus though. Still worked fine. Now these are games I would like to stream to at some point, the Metroid Prime trilogy. But if we're going to get an HD remaster on the Nintendo Switch, well, I might as well wait till we get an HD remaster, but it's only rumored, it's not really confirmed. But it's been rumored for so long that, well, kinda makes you wonder what it has to be true then. Okay, time to leave. Avoid what? Avoid what? Damn it. Avoid workplace accidents. Safety first. Floor supervisor. This month, shipping quota. 150 containers. That leaves only one of these dials to turn. Could be around here, I guess. Seems to be a building kind of like the one I just left. So that would make sense. Where is it then that I have to go? Oh yeah, I have to use this thing again, I guess. Yeah, use the beacons. Like this. I suppose. I should be able to go here. Yeah, like that. I hope it works. Ah! Oh, that reminds me. I think there was supposed to be a piece of heart in the area. Ah, yeah, okay, well, not quite where I am now. Somewhere up here. Is it easy to get there from here or not? I guess I would have to go back though. There's another goddess cube over here. But I guess would have been better if I went this way, because here there's going to be a lot of sand and I won't be able to make it. Yeah, actually I shouldn't have gone back the way I did. It's more like you climb here. Ah, okay, you need to blast off this wall there. Well, I can walk, can't I? Yeah, okay. Aye. I hate these things. In Woodwaker, it was the blue shoe that were kind of annoying like that. And if it is a piece of heart, then that makes a full heart container. This completes the heart container. Your heart capacity will increase by 1. Yay! Terrific. There. You had it coming. And so it was. Indeed. I should wait for my stamina to replenish and then run for that. Okay, bank. I should check out his face when he's out of breath like this. Should be pretty funny to see. Oh. What is this bug? I guess it's a kind I already had. Will Link ever get a break? Yeah, poor dude. I guess his break will be when I'm done streaming. In the meantime, you get no break. Yeah, I think I should get to maybe the next dungeon, the start of the next dungeon, and then I'll be done for today. I'd like to at least get this far. Oops. Well, that's not quite what I was going for, but... I was about to say I might head to bed soon, so tired, but if you're almost done, I might just stay a little bit longer. Yeah, I think after this building, where there will probably be a dial, like the last two I had to turn, I think that will unlock the path to the next dungeon. And then this is when I should stop streaming. I mean, I don't want to hold you too much longer if you feel tired, but I will not be there much longer, I think. Your brain is completely awake, but your body is tired. I know what it is. I know the feeling. It's not that you necessarily wants to sleep, but when the body says it's about time you should get some rest, sometimes you have no choice. Again, the 5 rupee? Really? I have to bring a power source to that thing at the other end there, just like before, but... Should he come to think of it? Wait, what? How am I supposed to... How am I supposed to get up there now? That block there looks like it could be pushed, drop down here. Can I? No, I can't. I probably can't stand on that thing. I think I might have to bring the sand back. Oh yeah, looks like it. I needed to ride this thing, get to the other side, climb, push the block, and then bring the time back to bring the room back to the past, if it makes any sense. Well, except now I guess this thing is not coming back. This is annoying. It was gonna respawn. Rudy. I'm sorry. I just needed to be a bit more patient. No. Hey, come here, you. Hey, come here, you. Yeah, obviously. Come closer. Come over here. Turn around. And don't do this thing. Well, it normally died before I sank. So, oh yeah, that's it. Run after it. Okay. I think this is what I have to do. Yeah, it is. Yeah, nice save. No, push it, this block. I think I should be able to push it, yeah. Thanks, Monica. Okay. Oh! It could not get over the edge before, and now it can? Are you kidding me? But it bumped into it before. I keep getting disappointed when it doesn't make the classic sound I remember. It's only for the very important items that it does it now. In the more recent games, I mean. Oh. No, okay, hold on. It's the sounds you remember for playing them, or is it from watching other people play, maybe? I think I have to throw them on top of these things. Yeah, like that. From watching? Yeah, okay. No! Link! I'm trying. I promise. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, well, I probably have to throw it from a little further away. But wait. Let me try something else. I mean, I guess it could probably be done the way I was trying. Yeah, okay. It would probably be easier if I tried with the Beetle. Okay, I could have probably done it the way I was trying to do it. But it will be easier like this. I were saying watching because I said I can do it. I will do it. Eventually. No! Can't have a moment of peace. Okay. Now. Well, it doesn't matter now. I can just go and get it. Come to think of it, this last one, I think it would have probably been a bit too high. I wouldn't have been able to throw it. So the Beetle was probably the only option. Almost there. I think. This is the really minor things. This one. It reuses a lot of the sound effects from Twilight Princess, this game. Like all those sound effects, they're from Twilight Princess. But it hypes it up so much, only to disappoint. I can't argue with that, it's true.
Master Link, all 3 remote power nodes have been activated. Please make your way to the power generator in front of Planetary Mining Facility. Actually, I don't think I'll make it to the entrance to the dungeon, because it won't be quite the entrance to the dungeon yet after this. But I won't be far off either, so no regrets. Okay, well, I made it in the end. Took me long enough. Welcome back, Blue. I guess not. I'm still here. Yeah, but I think I'm done with this area. There's not much left to do now. He's in the desert. I really want my watermelon right now. In a few minutes. Did you make it to the Hyrule Sand Palace thingy? I guess in a moment. Isn't that what this thing is for? I don't remember how it works, this thing, though. A report, Master Link. The symbols on this power generator correspond to the symbols on the 3 remote power nodes you activated. Ah, yeah. Their position has to be the same, then. This one is to the left, this one is to the top, and this one is to the bottom right, sort of. Haven't had any time to be able to get some of it. I think I'll get some for tomorrow's stream. But I did try to push it in. Why? Oh, it's the one that's at the back, perhaps, that you have to press in first. Ah, okay. No, one more. Like so. And then to the top. There. I swear I know we talked about rain and stuff and how it feels good, but man, when it clears up, it feels like I'm hatching from my cocoon. I like the scent in the air just after rain. How it smells good outside. It's like because it just rained, there's no like dust in the air maybe or something, or maybe it's the earth maybe or something. It smells a certain way. I can't quite explain it. I feel like a brand new Beetle. What, isn't that the dungeon? Isn't this the dungeon? Well, I'm not gonna do it today though. If this is the temple... You like that smell, Panda? Well, that makes us 2 then. I'd like to save now and end today's stream. Laneiru Mining Facility, and there's a saving statue just there. That's perfect. Yeah, the Temple of Time, that's what comes after. Yeah, true. This is the temple. The dungeon, to be precise. Well, that's it then. I'm done for today, guys. I'm gonna let you go and enjoy the rest of your evening. Rest. Have something nice to eat or something. It does feel nice when the rain stops, but I like when it rains mostly when I sleep. Well, we're the same, Monica, like I said. If it rains tonight, I'm probably gonna sleep with my window open so that I am drifting off to sleep with that nice sound. Yep, you guys are welcome. I'll see you tomorrow then.
And take care of yourselves until then. Please, please do. Watch out for the evil virus. Yeah, you too, sleep well. Moisture in your nose. Yeah, that's for sure. Well, okay, yeah. Sweet dreams, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care. Thank you for the follow, Dylan.